Dear students, I am Shomit Vishwas once again with you with the new chapter, that is natural vegetation and wildlife. In this chapter we are going to know about the natural vegetation and wildlife. So first of all we will discuss about the definition of natural vegetation, and second of all we will discuss about the wildlife. We will try to also understand what is the interdependency among them. So first of all, what is natural vegetation? The vegetation refers obviously the plant community which usually grow without any human interference, which usually grow in the nature naturally. They are referred as the natural vegetation. So natural vegetation refers the as usual growth of the vegetation without any human interference, with the total interference of the natural phenomenon and the surroundings, that is referred as the natural vegetation. So please look at natural vegetation generally classified into the three broad categories: number 1 forest, number 2 grassland, number 3 shrubs. So types of the natural vegetation we have got, there are the three types of natural vegetation. One is referred as the forest, next one it is referred as the grassland, and even also the shrub. So in your mind you may have the question that what is the grassland, which grow the region of moderate rain, that is referred as the grassland. And grasses, you know, those which are not so high and obviously the comparatively inferior quality of natural vegetation. This one shrubs, thorny shrubs and the shrubs grow in the dry region. About the variation of the natural vegetation, why the natural vegetations are different in the different places. Suppose from your place, if we'll go to the Himalayan region, we will see that the variation. We will see that the trees, they usually get the cone shaped, means the coniferous forest used to found over there. Next one, if we'll go to equatorial region near to the South India, we will see that the evergreen forests are found. So what is the difference? Why there is such difference? That we are going to know in this portion now. So first of all, we have to keep in mind as the natural vegetation is very much concerned to the availability of the natural phenomena and dependent on the natural things. That is why we have to keep in mind the climatic variation is the main reason behind it. Climate includes the rainfall variation, climates include the temperature variation, climates include also that the moisture level, difference in the moisture level means the rainfall. Next one, that altitude, in which altitude it is going to grow, that is also dependent, means indirectly there is also influence of the land mass. So if there is increase of the altitude, means the height is increasing, obviously we will see that there is decrease of the temperature, and in the decrease of the temperature there will be the tendency of the differentiation of the natural vegetation. So soil is also one of the most important factor. In the different parts of the world, different types of soil are found. So in the different kind of soil, the natural vegetation, they are also found differently. Now regarding that the first characteristic, first classification, that is the forest, we are going to know what is referred as the forest. The where the big trees are found and very thick vegetation cover is found, that is referred as the forest. So which grow where temperature and rainfall are plentiful to support the tree cover. So temperature and rainfall are plentiful means what? Temperature and rainfall is adequate to grow the tree, and depending upon these factors, dense and open forests are grown. So different types of forest we are getting. Now we are going to know about the different types of forests. So first of all, we have to keep in mind that the forest can be classified on the basis of the place where they are growing, that is on the basis of this tropical and tropical and temperate vegetation we are getting. So first of all, here I will discuss about the meaning of the tropical and temperate region. Tropic types of forest. First of all, in your textbook it is given the tropical forest and temperate forest. First of all, we will discuss about the meaning of tropical. We will clarify the meaning of tropical region, and what is the temperate region. These two things we have to clarify first of all. So tropical region refers that the between the two tropics means 23.5 degree north to 23.5 degree south. This region it is referred as the tropical region. Means from Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn, which region which usually get, that is referred as the tropical region. Where what is referred as the temperate region? Beyond the Tropic of Cancer and Tropical Capricorn to the subpolar region, that is referred as the temperate region. Look at the temperate vegetation, it is given there. Next one, we are also getting that the example of tropical areas. So I think that meaning of tropical and temperate, it is clear to you. So tropical means, once again I am saying that the between the 23.5 degree north and 23.5 degree south latitude means Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn, which region lies, that is referred as the tropical region. And the temperate region beyond the 23.5 degree north and south up to the subpolar region, that is referred as the temperate region. So easily you can understand, already you have learned in your earlier class that within the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn the sun rays are available vertically. Means beyond the 23.5 degree north and south the earth never get the vertical sun rays. So from here you can understand that the area which receive the vertical sun rays seasonally and the areas those which are not receiving vertical sun rays at all, obviously between them there will be some difference in the climatic condition. In the rainfall distribution they will be very much different and the temperature variation will be also different. So depending on that we have classified the vegetation of tropical areas and temperate regions. So first of all, the tropical evergreen forest. What is the meaning of evergreen? Evergreen means which never shed their leaves at all. These are referred as the evergreen. So tropical evergreen forest, these are also referred as the rainforest. In class 6 standard I think you have learned about that about this first time, and once again in class 7 you were reading about that evergreen region. So what is the characteristics of the evergreen forest? Evergreen forest, they receive huge rainfall, more than 200 centimeter rainfall is found in such region. The trees, they looks like the green always, and they never shed their leaves in a particular season. That is why they are referred as the evergreen forest. So level of moisture, it is very high, and these in this type of forest, which type of natural vegetations are found? All these are the example of what? Example of the hardwood forest. We have to keep in mind softwood forest is not found in the evergreen region. Mainly the hardwood forest, hardwood species, they are found here. Hardwood means those which are very much hard by the nature, those which are very much strong. These are referred as the tropical species. So tropical evergreen forest, they never shed their leaves. And there is also the very particular those which are referred as the rainforest. In this region we usually see occurrence of rainfall every day in the afternoon. That is also very much concerned to the very close areas to the equator. The areas those which are very close to the equator, within the 5 degree of the from the equator, in such areas we usually see such type of evergreen condition, and those which are very much referred as the rainforest, such as Amazon. We can say the Amazon is an example, best example of evergreen forest. Next one, tropical deciduous forest. What is the meaning of deciduous forest? Deciduous forest means the trees those which usually shed their leaves in a particular season, very particularly in the dry season they usually shed their leaves. That is referred as the deciduous forest. So sometime you can see some of the trees, they usually become the bare-headed, like bare-headed. They don't have any or very few number of leaves are there in winter. very particularly during the time of winter when the moisture level is very less. During that time they shed their leaves to protect themselves, because if there is a transpiration from their body in that time, they will not survive. So in the natural course they have revived them, they have evolved themselves in that way. By shedding the leaves, they usually protect themselves and try to reduce the possibility of losing of moisture. Means that they want to hold the moisture by shedding their leaves. Look at the other characteristics. The region experience the seasonal changes. Trees shed their leaves in the dry season to conserve water. The hardwood trees found in this forest are sal, teak, neem and sisam. So all these are Indian example. So sal, teak, neem, sisam, all these are found in the Indian subcontinent. Even you can also see them in Bangladesh. Even you can see them in Pakistan. Next one. In India also. So these are very much common, that sal, teak, neem and sisam. They usually shed their leaves in the particular season. In the different videos I will also give you that some of the pictures, some of the examples, that in winter what is the condition of them and what looks like them. Next one, hardwood forests are extremely useful for making furniture, transport and constructional materials, which are found here in the tropical deciduous forest. Tigers, lions, elephants, lagoons and monkeys, they are very much common in tropical deciduous forest. Next one, we are coming to the tropical evergreen forest, which are the very hardwood examples. Hardwood trees like rosewood, ebony, mahogany are common there. Next one, the another most important characteristics which is not found in the tropical deciduous forest, that is the formation of canopy. What is the meaning of canopy? Canopy refers that the formation of the umbrella like condition. Canopy means the tent like condition usually develop in the evergreen forest. Now the question, why evergreen forest develop canopy? Evergreen forest, they develop canopy due to the heavy rainfall, due to the non-availability of the sun rays in the ground level. The trees, they have the tendency to grow faster to get the sun rays. So due to such condition, when we are seeing that the trees are growing so faster and they are creating they are spreading their branches just after a certain height when they are getting the plentiful sun rays. So in this way they usually create that the layer of the natural vegetation, those which are very much tall, and their branches, they are spreading in the different directions after a certain height when they are getting that the plentiful sun rays. But before that there is also competition of growing the different plants in the ground level. So we usually get that the succession of the trees, there are different layers in the tropical evergreen forest. First of all, very near to the very close to the ground, we usually see that the bushes, some of the shrubs or some of the creepers, they used to develop, and next level we can see also the bushes, and next one the tall trees. So in this way, in the tropical evergreen forest, we can see that there are three types of natural species: those which are growing, those which are competing to each other to grow, and those which are not able to grow faster, they usually remain in the ground level. And the big trees, those which have ability to grow faster, they usually grow, and in the upper level they used to create the canopy. I think it is clear to you. So from here, one question you have to prepare, that is, what are the differences between the tropical evergreen forest and tropical deciduous forest? So tropical deciduous forest and tropical evergreen forest, they are different from each other by their characteristics, and such characteristics are determined by mainly the rainfall distribution, that is the availability of rain throughout the year in huge quantity, and in less quantity makes the major difference between them, in which the tropical evergreen forests, they do not set their leaves in a particular season, whereas in winter or during the time of dry season, the tropical deciduous forest, they set their leaves. Tropical deciduous, if you see, you can find out such line. This is the major difference. Apart from this, we are also getting that the differences in the availability of the different types of species. Such things you have to remember, because from there different types of short questions may be also asked. So have a nice day. Thank you.